Welcome back. This is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and I am going to show you a digital file from Crisp Air, which is in our new seasonal catalog from July through the end of September. And this is a wonderful group of autumn type papers, and you're looking at one of the stickers, and these are some of the Cricut cuts that are available with the digital file. And the digital file for Crisp Air, all of our digital files that go along with our papers are $9.95. So you can use them in Design Space. And you get all sorts of, like the little ivy and all the flowers and leaves that you saw are all, and this background, this cut leaf background, are all part of the SVG files that are in this digital art group. So here's another collection of the flowers and leaves, and you can see the dual color. You cut one out on one side of the cardstock and the other part on the other side, and you get a two-tone leaf or flower or vine, whichever. And all of our digital files go specifically with that particular paper. So here we are putting together the file. So here's the wonderful sticker page from the Crisp Air. So you get a 12 by 12 if you buy the paper collection. You can get it with or without the sticker sheet, and I love that. I might have to get a second sticker sheet actually. Here are the images from the digital file that I printed out for you so you could see. So you get a title, you get a couple of cards, you get a 2-page 12 by 12 layout, and all of these little cute little accoutrements that go with the Crisp Air. And I absolutely love the flowers and the ivy and certainly that leaf background. And then you get to have all these little leaf leftovers to use for other projects. So I always get the digital art group to go with the papers because they're just so wonderful. So many good pieces to go with it. And look at that. That's part of the layout. That looks exactly like you just ripped it out of your spiral bound notebook. It's just perfect, but that's cut with, I actually cut it with our new shortbread. No, is it? It might be, I think it's our French vanilla paper, actually. And that is our mocha cardstock, and the orange is the paprika. So they've got all of the sizes already set out in the digital file for you. So all you do is put in the color of paper that you want to use for this. You certainly don't have to use what I'm using. You can use whatever colors of paper or cardstock that you have. But I had all these great leaves left over, so I did use some of them. But how cute is that? I think it's a great background for an autumn layout. So I'm using, I just thought having green on green was kind of a lot, so I decided to use toffee. This is toffee on the green background. So this is a perfect spot to use liquid glue because the spaces are so irregular. So here we go, and I'm just centering that right on my green background. And what I really meant to do was to do some distressing around both pages, and I forgot. But I make up for it, and I show you how I do that, because I have to have a lot of tools in my arsenal to make up for the things that I forget to do. So it encourages me to be creative in coming up with ways of working around my own problems. So I'm also putting this all the way to the edge and just about centering it. It's a little bit higher to the top. And I've got all these flowers to put together. And that flower has 3 layers to that make up the one flower. So we've got the dark mocha center. It could have been a yellow center, like a Sundance color. That actually would have been real pretty. Don't know why I didn't think about that. And then you see the leaf gets cut in the lighter side of paprika, and the bottom part is the darker side. But you can flip these around, so you've got the darker on top and the lighter on the bottom. So no problem there. So I'm just, once again, using the liquid glass and kind of pushing the little stems together to get everything aligned. And you really want to give your glue some time to dry before you start messing around with your pieces, because they'll get slightly out of alignment. And see, this kind of stuff just blows me away with the Cricut and the detail that they put into these digital art collections from close to my heart. So you cut out that little skinny twig to go on top of the, this looks like a pussy willow. We had a lot of pussy willows in the north when I grew up. I haven't seen them down here. I guess they have them, but anyway, they were a big deal in the north. I don't know whether they still are. That's talking from a long time ago. And of course, I'm going to pop up my flower to have it give some dimension to the page. You have a little bit of dimension because you've got so many layers of cardstock. So you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers of cardstock. And then you're putting things on top of those 6 layers. So you're getting quite a bit of dimension from that, but not any real height. So I added a little bit of height with the foam pieces from our shaker window center. And now I'm going to add just a little bit to the little tips of the yellow there and put it down on top, and then add my flower. So we've got a lot of dark colors in autumn, and you know, I love autumn. I love wearing long sleeves. I love the cooler weather. I love the colors that go with autumn. I think that it might be my favorite. Autumn and spring. But I don't know. When you live in Texas and it's been so bloomin' hot this summer, it's like you can't wait for autumn to come. You can't wait for the cool weather. I mean, we've had some record-breaking temperatures and lengths of over 100 degrees. So now I'm trying to figure out how to put some distressed edging along the toffee background there. And so I'm just kind of brushing it against the green background. So I'm not getting a whole lot, but just very light. So, and that worked. I just wanted a little bit of distressing just to take away from just all the crisp edges. So this is what I came up with for this page. And then the second page, I remember to do what I had intended to do. So there we go. I'm okay with that. You know, I have to be okay with things because I make so many mistakes that I just have to be happy with my workarounds. So here's the one leaf, a group of leaves. Leaflet? Is that what it is? It's called something. And here's it kind of looks like a rose to me. But it's got a white background to go in the very center, just to fill in those little bitty holes. And then you've got the background done, and then the darker top part. So like I said, you can pick out any color that you want, and you can either put the dark side on top or the light side on top and the dark side underneath, however you want to do it. And look at this absolutely beautiful maple leaf. Is that not just gorgeous? I do love maple leaves. I love maple leaves, but I like sugar maples. I don't like silver maples. Sugar maples, more in the north. Silver leaf maples are down here. And those are just kind of trashy trees. compared to the sugar maples from up north. I'm a little prejudiced, I know. Okay, so here we've got our Sundance leaf, two-tone again, and just let those sit and contemplate drying. And then here we go with our mocha backgrounds carried over from the first page. So we got 2 4x6s going here. And so I've got to make sure I'm using the right side, otherwise I've got 2 different colors of mocha going, or hues, I guess. It's not really colors, the mocha is the color, so it's the hue of it. Okay, so here I'm doing this type of distressing for this page. And I get a little bit darker edge, but I don't think I'm even going to notice it years from now when I look through my scrapbook album. So here we go. I'm just kind of going all around the edge and just adding some, well, distressing is what fall is all about, isn't it? Kind of the leaves are starting to get edged and brown, and things are turning, darker and then getting ready to fall off before they, turn some colors and then they turn brown. But I'm just going all the way around my green edge. Now this is actually supposed to be, I'm going to confess here, because I'm waiting for my new pine green to come in. And so I ended up using New England ivy. And the pine would have been a little bit clearer green. You can tell there's yellow in the New England ivy. We've had that color for a very, very long time. And but I'm just waiting for my pine to come in. So actually I thought I had some, and then I went looking for it and couldn't find it. I could have hidden it on myself. I do that. I put it in a good, safe place, and then I can't find it. I hope you all do something like that too. Don't let me be the only one out here. Okay, so here we go, centering the background. And there's another one of those wonderful loose leaf. Is that not cool? I mean, that's cool. Cool. I just think it's cool. Okay, so what I want to do is put my first page down so I make sure that I'm lined up with the first page. Otherwise, it'll be wonky looking. So there we go. Super easy. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting make my little cluster up here of leaves and flowers. And that Sundance yellow really adds a nice pop of color. I do like the paprika. I think that's a beautiful color, orange. And then we've got a group of leaves there. And I'm going to put down our picture holders, our frames for our pictures. And I just want to make sure I'm getting it straight along the edge there. I can eyeball, but sometimes I'm just a little bit off and it's annoying. So that's the other thing I'm waiting for, is for my rulers to be able to order it, my new ruler. And I promise I will not use alcohol on the painted side of where the grid is. So I end up with no grid in some spots. But my ruler is clean. Okay, so here's my pink flower or peach, and I'm going to put that down, and I've also raised it up a little bit because I needed to. And that's basically what the layout is. But now I kind of need kind of a title for it. And I decided to use this Harvesting Memories because it's got the sapphire. See, that looks boring. It's got the sapphire flower on it, which I really like. So I wanted to bring in a little bit more sapphire. So, and I decided to put it on I get things to be so square. You can't have everything square. You need to give some angles and see how pretty that little goes right with that layout there. So I like that. So I added my title. And I'm kind of thinking, okay, I'm kind of done. I've got a title, I've got my layout. There we go. But I go and think about it, and then I think, you know what? I don't have a place to put. How many times can I say goodbye? I'm back again. I didn't have journaling. So I decided to make a journaling card. And I used the same Sundance color. And I cut that vine from the collection because I love that vine. I said that. I really like that vine. And so I went ahead and cut it in the same green. And this is another new product. It's stickers, journaling stickers. And there's 6 pages in there. And they come in 1/4 inch and 5 3/8, 1/4 and 3/8 widths. So, and it's 12 inches long. So you get lots of stickers that you don't have to cut up, and the stickum is already on there. And I decided, okay, I've got to get that to see how easy it is. And it's definitely fun and easy to do. And they'll last me for a while. And I don't think it costs too much either. So I'm just going to let my little vine dry. And here I'm showing you that you get the 6 sheets. And it's the stickers themselves are a nice thickness. You can see that there's some thin ones. Those are the 1/4 inch. And then the thicker ones are 3/8 of an inch. So you can see that very clearly. So I'm just going to take one sheet and, one line and make some journaling strips. So I was thinking I was going to use 1/4 inch, but I decided to use the 3/8 of an inch. And see, those are some of the leaves that I decided to use to kind of go around my little journaling card. I decided to make my little journaling card a little thing. And I think the easier thing to do is to just take the whole strip off and cut pieces directly down on where you're putting it. And that way I made it very awkward here, to tell you the truth. So just trying to figure out how to go about it. It shouldn't be that hard for me, right? But I think it's just easier to pull up the whole strip and then just put them down on the paper and then cut them. I mean, I've added like steps to doing something that's supposed to make life simpler for you. So here we go. And they don't have to be perfect. I mean, you could put them in your paper cutter and make them perfect. But even with a ruler, I didn't make them perfect. So there you go. What can you say? So there's my little journaling card. And then I'm going to add, I was going to say I could use that top piece for the date, but the tab on the paprika on the left-hand side there is the place to put the date. That's a good place for the date. So I'm just adding a little distressing around the leaves. And kind of carries the distressing down there. I could have distressed around the card too. But I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the journaling card and then put the leaves on top. And I didn't take up a whole lot of room with the leaves from the journaling. So here's my ivy strip, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off here. And then I can use that other piece at another time for something else. So that just adds a little bit of something. Yes, I always want to use everything that I have left. They're sort of in place, but you should really let things dry more than what I do. Okay, so then I'm going to put him down there. And what you could do here to add a little bit of glamour to your leaves and your flowers is to take your liquid glass, oh, and then I add one of the little things from the sticker sheet, Season of Change, and add some little dewdrops on your flowers and your leaves, and I think that would be pretty. So there we have that. Oh, and there's that leaf. See, I went looking for a leaf, and it's right down there in front of me. And I completely missed it. So here I went it next door to my next room and got another leaf. It was camouflaged down below. It's funny how I can see things in the video afterwards, but when I'm looking right at it, I can't see it. So I'm just going to put that little leaf down at the bottom and this little leaf to the side. There we go. So that's what I did, but it would have been nice to have some dewdrops on those flowers and leaves with the liquid glass. That would just be a little bit of something. So here we go. Here's the Harvesting Memories, and that's my title. And there I've got the little grouping down there. And then over on the right-hand side, see, I used the Season of Change. It's got the sapphire background to bring some of the sapphire over to the other side. And there's my journaling card. And so I'm good with that. And there we go for the Crisp Air digital layout. So I think it's well worth it. So please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Thumbs up would be great. Bye now.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.